shorter, it's steeper. The other way.
Morning, everybody. We are in Virginia today, and we are going to hike Sharp Top Trail to the top of Sharp Top. So, sign here says hike of an hour and a half on this 1.5 mile trail will lead you to the summit of Sharp Top, an elevation of 3,875 feet. Climbed by early Indians and popular site since the colonial days. The peaks was once believed to be Virginia's highest point. Later surveys proved others were higher, including nearby Flat Top, which is 4,001. So this was one of the highest in Virginia. And Rebecca's over here. They got this looks like an old shack. These mountain shacks here. It's been kind of added on to and repaired over the days. But she's in here using the restroom. I guess it's a store. Yeah, Sharp Top store. So, have some good stuff in the store?
I didn't go in the store.
Oh, okay.
I just went to the bathroom.
So, we're gonna head up. Says it's about an hour and a half up, hour and a half back, I assume. So, we're in for a bit of a climb. So this is the start of a quick series of videos that we're doing. So you saw before, if you follow us, we spent the summer up in Maine, and so we got a bunch of videos from up in Maine and into Canada, and so we were living there for about 13 weeks over the summer. And we started a new contract in a new place. So now we are living in Lynchburg basically until Christmas. So we are only about a half hour from the Blue Ridge Parkway, which runs from Virginia all through the mountains in North Carolina, kind of on the far west side of both states. And it's considered one of the top drives in the United States. So this series today we're just going to do this hike, and then in real life we're going to continue on this drive, and the next series of videos are all going to be from the drive, where we're going to hike in and around the mountains. We're going to drive the parkway, show you some of the most beautiful views, especially on the East Coast, all the mountains, things like that. Little white caterpillar. Oh, Mr. Caterpillar. All along the way. So get ready for some awesome views. So far, path looks nice. Now, in my research, people say it does take 2 or 3 hours to do the hike to the top. It's only an hour and a half, or a mile and a half trail. So be ready for basically this to continue or get steeper, because you're going to get somewhere around, I think, 1,300 feet of elevation gain over that mile and a half. So almost 100 feet for every 1/10 of a mile. So people say that it is a moderate, and some people say it is a difficult hike depending on who you talk to. But we are off. We are here, you know, only a half hour from Lynchburg, so we've got all day today to get this hike done, and then we're gonna drive the parkway to our next stop. So we're gonna take our time and enjoy a hike, enjoy these views. Oh yeah, and another thing is, this is one of the places similar to up in the Northeast in Maine and Vermont and New Hampshire, New York. People will go and see the foliage in the fall. This is also one of the places people will drive the Blue Ridge Parkway during fall foliage to enjoy the colors. We are here at the beginning of October, or I guess the end of September still. I think we can see bits of yellows and reds and stuff starting to creep in. We're probably still a couple of weeks from the real colors, unfortunately, but this is the only time we had to go. Yeah, we needed a good amount of days to see what we wanted to see. We wouldn't want to have to rush since we're going all the way down to North Carolina. We wanted to make sure we could take our time because we're going from Lynchburg. We're heading in to the Blue Ridge Mountains, and we're going to head south. Ooh, a bug.
Centipede or something.
Where?
It's dead.
Oh. It's not a centipede, that's a denipede. Yeek. So anyway, so we're gonna head from Lynchburg. We head straight into the mountains to do the Blue Ridge Parkway, and we're heading south. There is still quite a bit of it that heads north into Virginia. Another hour and a half drive from there, which we will do on later trips. So this is all gonna be Lynchburg area and south, and then on one day trips, if we, or something like that, if we have a day off, we have nothing to do, we go up into the mountains and we do some of the more of the Blue Ridge Parkway when we have less time. So this isn't going to be a complete covering from here in order, but over the next series we should be able to see most everything that you need to see when you do walk on or drive the Blue Ridge Parkway. Okay, so we are...
Gone point one.
We've gone point one. Good. So we're just going to continue on. Looks like there is a road that cuts through here. And on Google Maps it did show, it looked like there was a road that goes all the way to the top, but I'm guessing that's just for like park rangers and things like that. So let's go ahead and zip forward on this hike. I think I've kind of given you enough background on what we're up to. So let's go ahead and get some steps under us here, and I'll come back when we've got something to update you on and get closer to the top. So we've been hiking for about 45 minutes now, so we should be somewhere around halfway. Just a lot of craggly rocks, basically steps in places where you're just going up steps. And as we kind of got over these last couple turns, it's gotten quite cloudy now, which unfortunately is probably going to block our view when we get to the top. Check the weather and it's supposed to clear up around 2, and it is almost noon, so we'll probably be getting to the top close to 12:30 or so, unfortunately. But who knows, maybe it'll clear up. You can see the sun straight ahead, or straight above us. It does seem to be wanting to poke through the clouds, but I'm not holding out much hope, so we'll just have to climb this one again, I think. So we've only seen one person the whole time we've been hiking, but it is a weekday, so that is
a lot of cars though.
yeah, it's to be expected, I guess, on a weekday, but there was a lot of cars, so I'm thinking there's still going to be a lot of people up here. This is one of the more popular hikes on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and it's just, you know, pretty easy peak to get to, only 1.5 miles, just a lot of stairs, and it's close to a, you know, some pretty big metro area in Lynchburg, so it does get a lot of action during the year. So a lot of this, a lot of rock, muddy dirt we're hiking in.
Yeah, it is kind of damp too.
Yeah, and it's damp, so taking our time, going a little extra slow, because again, we got nothing but time right now. So just take our time, try not to slip and fall, enjoy the cloudy views, and make our way one step at a time. So I'll let you guys go until I get another update or a sign or something. We haven't seen any signs, there's no blazes, nothing. So until we see something else, I'll let you guys zip ahead here for a little bit till we get there. Okay, it's been like 10 minutes since the last update, and we finally got to a sign. So I was told there was a spur trail, and here it is, Buzzard's Roost, 600 feet that away. So it's kind of like a small peak just up here, and then Sharp Top, 1900 feet that away.
How many is that in miles? Come on now.
Feet? 1900 feet, you don't know that? Well, here, camp store 1.3.
Oh, cool.
So
0.2.
Yeah, so we should be 0.2, quarter mile or so.
Hey, look, this is a whole one. I could bargain with a squirrel.
Yeah, huh? Yeah, the squirrels have been
You can have it.
dropping the walnuts pretty close to us a couple times. They're eating all the walnuts and dropping the husk pieces, and one of them fell not too far from us at one point. So I was starting to get worried.
We're getting some sunlight.
Yeah, I was starting to get worried while we were on the trail there, because it kept heading past the peak, and I was checking Google Maps, and we were going all the way around the back side of the mountain. So I was worried it was going straight to that Buzzard's Roost, and we had somehow gotten off the trail we wanted to get on, and then it just turned around right there, and we saw the sign. Gosh dang squirrels. You can hear them all over the place, up in these trees, eating all the walnuts. I think that's what they are. This big green, here we go, kind of a green ball. I think those are walnut shells. You tell me in the comments. Yeah, here's a bunch more. Yeah, a little bit of paved tar here. So we should be just about to the top. Oh, I can see through here, so there may be right through here I can see. So maybe when we get to the top, we won't be able to see in every direction, but we'll be able to see in some directions, hopefully. It won't be a complete loss. As much as I like to exercise and get my steps in, I like to have a little bit of payoff at the end of a hike, you know? Whew. So, last big push here to the top of Sharp Top. So that last little bit, last little quarter mile here, doesn't feel like a quarter mile. It felt like a half mile. It's basically all uphill, but I think we're getting here to the top. So let's see if there's enough breaks in the clouds that we can see anything here. Let's see. Head this way first, maybe. I think up here. I think, maybe not. There's a little more trail this way. Well, maybe it is further. Let's see. Well, looks like we got a little further to go. False top, false top, false top.
Two markers aren't big for us.
So, came up on the next sign here. It says Sharp Top Store, where we started, 1.4. So it says we've only gone 1/10 of a mile, but there's no way. These signs are off. We've been walking since probably 10 or 15 minutes since. There's no way in 10 or 15 minutes we only went 1/10 of a mile, even with all the steps. So seems like the top is up this way a little further, so we're about halfway. It's probably another 10-15 minutes from here.
Now remind me to start my watch.
Yeah. So don't take these signs as being legit. They are definitely off. But we'll try to measure it and we'll tell you more on the way back down what it really is. Okay, so there was a sign right there. We've been hiking for about 2 or 3 minutes since the 1.4 sign, and we saw a sign that said 1.5. So signs are definitely way off, but we look like we are here now. Weather at work. Residual boulders have been here, formed by decomposition and the loosening of the diorite rock masses. Weathering, most active along cracks, slowly forms the boulder-like blocks. U.S. Department of the Interior, National Park Service. And it looks like we got a shelter here. Pretty cool. Whew. Can't believe somebody built a shelter up here. So he must have been park ranger or something. Must have been living here for a while. Wow. Let's check this out. Oh wow, it's pretty nice.
That's my guitar seat.
Oh yeah. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty big space.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, let's see if there's any views out here. Seems to be a few people up here. One person passed us, but I think there's a couple more. Sharp Top Mountain, elevation 3875. Okay, last few steps here to the top. At the parking lot. It's a parking lot. Above the clouds here.
Anyway, this is the harder way to go up. It's shorter and steeper. The other way is longer, but it's not too bad. You get a little rock.
So there is a parking lot there, but I don't think that's where we were.
It's
Maybe.
What I read is it's 4 point.
Oh. Almost there.
These used to be this big.
It's got a lot of good little pockets inside. And it's got this little guy that...
Okay. Are we gonna get a decent view up here? What do you think? Wow. Look at that. Whew. I've seen better views, but I've seen way worse too. You can just see the clouds. Actually, I can see them moving coming up the hill at us right now. So, wow, let's take in these views. Maybe the clouds will break up a little further while we're up here taking a break, and we'll head back down a little bit. So we found a couple survey markers. There's one here. It says Buzzard Roost 3/4 of a mile straight ahead. So I think that is what those rocks right there are. I think that must be Buzzard Roost. Here you can see the top of the shelter that we were just in. And there's another survey marker we found over here. It says Bedford. So Bedford, Virginia, 8 miles straight that way. So if those clouds weren't there, we could probably see there's a town down there. About 8 miles ahead. But unfortunately, we've got a little too many clouds. Who knows? If you're good, maybe Santa will get you something. Okay, so we're heading down from the top. We did start our watch here, so we can kind of try to figure out exactly. Do you have it running right now?
Yep.
So it says it's 0.5 or 1.5, so we're at the first sign here. And we can kind of see the difference. So Sharp Top Store 1.5. So let's zoom ahead here to the other sign that said 1.4 and see how far it actually is. Okay, hit the sign.
0.05.
So from that sign to the sign that was right there, it was 0.05, not 0.1. So that sign's off. That sign's off. So, and then there was another sign way down here. And maybe we'll update you on that one too, because that one said we were at 1.3. So let's zip ahead to that sign and see if it's actually 0.2 from the top, like it said it was. Okay, so we're coming back up on the original sign that said we had done 1.3 up. We had 0.2 left. And where the 1.3 should have been was back behind us. So when we get up here, we should see about how far it is from here.
0.3.
So we're at about 0.3.
Yeah.
So that means it's off by about a tenth. So it should say 0.2. 1.2. So it was just a little bit off.
Hey, my squirrely friend didn't get it. Buddy, it's right here. I'm putting it over here for you.
Maybe it's a bad nut.
Maybe.
Like, was that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? The squirrel had the bad nut. He knocks it, and then they throw it away. You ever seen that movie?
Yeah, I've seen the movie. I don't remember that scene.
You don't remember this? I think it's in the newer one where they have the squirrels.
Oh, I don't know that I've seen the newer one.
Yeah, the newer one I think is the other one. They have the squirrels, and they've got the nuts.
No,
And
I haven't seen it.
all the squirrels are picking up the nuts and they're knocking them. They throw the bad ones away. So maybe it's a bad nut.
Maybe.
And then the kid ends up being the bad nut, I think. They throw the kid away. Okay. That's enough of our talking for this hike. So let's go ahead and zip back down to the bottom. And we'll catch back up with you there. We'll tell you if the distance is correct. So from the top, should be, it says 1.5, but it should be 1.6, I believe, all the way to the bottom of the parking lot. So we'll see, and we'll let you know. Okay, so we're coming up here on the parking lot, and we've just about completed our hike. And according to Rebecca's watch, it is exactly what, 1.5?
1.5. The signs of just where they are.
Yeah.
Is off.
So it is exactly 1.5, just like this signs down here say, but the signs that are along the way are all off by about 0.2 or so. They're just in the wrong places. So just ignore the signs for the most part.
But it is 1.5.
Because when you're going up, they make you seem like you went further than you actually did. So you think, oh man, we're going faster than I thought, and you're not. So that's the end of the hike. It was an awesome hike. I think obviously if we'd have had clearer skies when we got up there, it would have been a little bit nicer of a view, but I'm not gonna complain too much. It's a pretty awesome hike. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the video. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button now. Subscribe if you have not subscribed yet, and comment. Tell us what you thought. If you've done the hike before, let us know. If you need to know anything about the hike, or if you just liked the video, you like the hike, just hit the like button and tell us, hey, I like the hike. We like to hear from you in the comments. If you made it this far, say, hey, I made it this far in the video, just so we know you're making it all the way to the end. So we're going to continue on our drive here. We're going to get onto the Blue Ridge Parkway and get some awesome views. So stay tuned for that video coming out soon. Till then, we'll see you in the next one.